You also think Kusanov is going to be the future of Manchester City at the heart of that defence. He had a very difficult start to his City career. He was involved in a lot this afternoon, Micah. Good defensively, and then a couple of claims that Chelsea had for penalties as well.
Yeah, I think since he come in, he's actually been very good. I think he's improved. I remember his debut at Chelsea, he wasn't very good, but his recovery place is just outstanding. Watch him in the Real Madrid game in the second leg. He was the best player on the pitch by far. He is still going to take risks because he's a young defender, but in terms of what it brings to this side, it allows him to go a little bit higher up the field. You see that on Japra. I don't think that's a pen, but it's just the timing. Because Man City want to play this high line now, you do get exposed to these situations. And on another day, one of these could have been given as a penalty. I thought the ref did really well, but you can't be taking those sort of risks, because sometimes that's the difference between winning and losing. On another day, someone might give that decision.
Mix, talk to me about the defensive side, right? Because you were a player who had a lot of pace. You know, Kyle Walker's another player who's got and almost rely on that.
Yes. Is
Kusanov one of those players that has to develop the defensive side and not so much rely on the speed that he has?
Yeah, I think because he's so quick, and because Man City want to play a high line, he has to sort of rely on his pace, but it's in terms of the positions he gets in. So he's always in a foot race. If he just gives himself an extra yard, or it could just be a different body position that would allow him to have that fraction of a second to get the ball quicker, rather than leaving himself in those moments too. But in terms of what he's got, absolutely brilliant.
Well, I love that shot. Look at that. Erling Haaland sat against the post at Wembley. You saw his fury at the end when he thought he could have been played in for a chance by Cherki, I think, and he wasn't. It's another medal for him. There'll be a mix of both. I mean, a joy that they've won, and still, I would imagine, a little bit of personal annoyance that he hasn't got that goal.
Yeah, of course. He's a striker. He wants to score goals. But what I really like about Erling Haaland is he's always happy for his teammates when they score, and he's happy when they win. That is a little bit of frustration still, 100%. But he'll be delighted they've won the FA Cup again.
Well, Andy got the assist, Daniel. Andy set it up.
He did get the assist, and for me, those are the things that will evolve in his game, because, you know, he is the main focus for defences, so he can sometimes make those decoy runs, ghost into areas like he did today, and he has the ability to get assists, to be more creative and more expansive as a player. So all in all, he will be frustrated today. At the end, you could see he was barking orders, going, give me the ball, let me get my shots off. But in the end, they've won the game. Ultimately, he's going to be going into that dressing room delighted.
Strikers are all the same. It's
no,
all
they're
about
not,
you.
They're not all the same. Trust me, they're not.
Very quickly, 2 cups, and still with the title on the line.
They're in with a chance, and that's all that matters.
Does it change anything?
Confidence-wise, yes, because they can focus merely on the league now. But let's see.
All right, Wayne, Daniel, Micah. For now, thank you very much. We're going to.
What looked like quite a difficult game in the end in this final against Chelsea. But sum up your emotions, getting through that and winning another FA Cup.
Yeah, 5 finals in 10 years, 3 won 3, lost 2.
Not bad.
It's quite decent, I would say. So it was not. I think I have chances, but against Colwill, James and Caicedo to make they are so good. Enzo Maresca create a pattern that they're really good. The pockets are with Enzo Fernandez, and Cole always is dangerous. And second half they were better. Even we have the first chance with Antoine, they were better, and we found the goal. But football sometimes like this. I had the feeling that. Last season, for example, against Crystal Palace, even the previous season against United, we were better than today. But football is sometimes it happens. Of course, we are really pleased and happy for the guys. So to make us alive in the Premier League, I'm sorry, Laura. But with the 2 titles, it's nice.
Hey, I'm very professional today. Don't worry about that.
Looks like.
I have to ask you about the goal, because that was one of the best goals we've seen in the FA Cup from Antoine Semenyo.
Yeah, you're right. They changed the subject. No, normally Antoine has to cross and made the finish early. But the impact for Mark and Antoine in winter transfer was have been incredible. Back four was amazing, and only this final they have the regret at the end. Is okay, the happiness is there, then everything, but the amount of players that deserve to play don't play. Leave 6 players out in the tribune and don't let them play. Always have the feeling that even now, after many years, always it's difficult to swallow. So it's because, but not John. All I could say. But at the end, it's a business. You have to do what you believe.
Pep, can I ask, what did you say at half time? Obviously, Marmoush come off and Cherki won, but what was the message to the team?
Well, we thought that Caicedo jumped a lot to Rodri. The space was behind.
Okay.
And to try to find in that position Cherky, and after how do they jump, and after in that moment with ability try to contact with them behind with Erling or Antoine. But sometimes tactical work is perfect, but we didn't find it. So we found the goal, and after when they changed to 4 in the back, I didn't expect Tuanes to play 5 in the back. And that created a little bit of problems with the positions. And after when they finished with 4, even they put more players up front, but after we have more control.
So did you only realise they were going to play a 5 today when the team come in? Did you?
No, after 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
After 1 minute, I expect that Cucurella played last game for the injury for Garnacho, I think so, and Neto. I thought would play as a winger, but surprised a lot. I know that Patters we played many times, but we were not the right players in the right spots. That's why we played decent the first half.
Yeah.
Erling cross, and we have chances, but we surprised a lot.
Did it help your team though when Chelsea was sort of getting stronger into the game to give you more space to hit them?
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I don't like that. I like to bring the team there. Don't leave.
And stay there.
Stay there all the time. Even accept
and the passes down the side of the box.
I saw that. And after with with Kusanov behind, that is quite fast and quick. We can control it. But listen, Chelsea, I knew it. We talked these 2 days. So we came 3 days ago. They have 7 days. The trip yesterday was a mess to come here. We spent 6 hours to arrive for a delay for the trains and whatever. So I expect that. So they're so good. So the quality they have is there. They were not consistent there, but on game, finals, everything can happen.
Yeah. And obviously now how important is Tuesday night. I know you've got to try and enjoy this as much as you can. I saw you with the trophy, but you still got it right.
Yeah, I would love to celebrate it, but now immediately come back to Manchester. We'll celebrate next Monday, I think so, in a parade with the women's team that won the league. We'll celebrate the 2 trophies, and we see if we can extend the hopes until last game at home against Aston Villa.
Yeah. Pep, there are so many rumours, aren't there, about you leaving? You're not, are you?
What's rumours?
Rumours.
Rumours.
Have a lovely evening.
He's certainly leaving the interview. Congratulations, Pep. Yeah. What an incredible...